The Photo Manager is currently under construction. We hope to have the printing functions working shortly. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about the SmartPest Photo Manager. But before you can use Photo Manager, you need to get the photos to the photo file on your iPad or iPhone. So really there's 5 basic ways to do that. The first is email. We've talked about that in other tutorials. You can just email a photo yourself, right-click on it, and you'll be given the option to save it to your photo file. The other method is Apple sells an iPad camera connection kit. It allows you 2 ways to get your photos in. You can insert your camera's USB cable here, or you can insert your SD card into this device. Either one of those methods will work. The easiest way is to use a camera in your iOS device. All the pictures there automatically go to the photo file. And then you have a product called the iFi. The iFi SD card is a SD card with Wi-Fi built in. And basically you take your pictures and they're transmitted by Wi-Fi automatically back to your desktop or your laptop computer. Just do a Google search for iFi and you'll be able to read all about the various options. And the last method is a service called Dropbox. Dropbox is this online service that allows you to sync files between any number of Windows, Mac, or iOS devices. The cost is very reasonable. I use it myself, and then when I go to my account, you can see I have basically all of my files that I have on all of my computers are stored in this one area. And what's great is I can access them from any of my devices. And one additional point I want to make is that it's important to set the camera resolution as low as you can so that you can keep the file sizes down. The time that it takes to import photos will depend upon how big the file is and also the size of the file for the email that you're going to send to your customers. So if you're going to be doing a lot of photos, you want to make sure that you keep your photo sizes down. And if you have a whole lot of them, you may want to wait to get back to the office to import your photos through the desktop, because the desktop software automatically can optimize the size of each photo. For instance, if a standard photo is 450 kilobytes, when it gets through going through the photo manager on the desktop, it'll be only about 45 kilobytes. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so now that we've figured out how to get our photos over to our iOS device, we'll now come to our service ticket and we'll tap on Photos. All we have to do is hold our finger down in the container field, choose our library, and we'll take our first picture. And go to our next one. And you'll notice a couple of these photos have images overlaid. Those annotations were added with a little third-party software program. And as you look here, you'll see how many photos you have. Whatever your default setup is at the office for the number of pictures you want to use. See, we can have 2, 4, or 6 photos to the page. Have 6 photos. We want to get rid of one. So we just click the X. Click outside the box and you'll see the photo is erased. If you want to add descriptions, you can do so here. Or if you have canned comments that you want to use, you can do that as well. And I'm just going to use some standard comments. And this is the final one here. As I mentioned at the start of the tutorial, the printing function for photos is still under construction. We apologize for the inconvenience, but you're going to need to do that from the desktop. We'll let everyone know just as soon as the printing function is available for your photos. Thank you for your patience.